So it's January 2011, and it's that time, the questions, the emails, they all come pouring in, and people want to know the answers to all kinds of questions. Can you do my taxes? Yes, we can get your taxes done. I work with a lot of CPAs. I don't do them myself. I'm not going to try and BS you. But I do work with lots of CPAs who I highly recommend, and so if you need your taxes done, just bring it on. I'll take care of it. I'll get it done for you, and I'll spearhead everything, make sure you get what you need. So it'll all go through me. It'll be seamless, and we'll get it done for you. The other question I get a lot is what do I do with all my receipts? I have tons of receipts, Seth, and I don't know what to do with them. Do I need to keep them? Do I not need to keep them? Some say I do, some say I don't, and I have a couple of answers for you. The first answer is yes. Right off the bat, yes, you do need to keep your receipts. Do not throw them away. If you get audited by the IRS, you will need those receipts. But Seth, my credit card statement shows where I spent the money. That's true, but what your credit card statement doesn't show is what you actually spent it on. It says you spent $50 at Staples, but I don't know if that $50 was spent on paper or popcorn, because Staples does have food supplies that are in the back that you could supply your office with to be nice to your employees. So that's the problem with the credit card statements, and why the IRS doesn't just accept that as proof of what you spent, because it could be misclassified, and especially if it's misclassified and it's described as paper instead of a food item, well, guess what? The food item is only 50% deductible for tax purposes. The paper is 100%. So you got to have the receipts. Now, I was approached at the end of this year by somebody with what appears to be an excellent possible alternative solution to keeping all of your receipts. After all, who wants them? Now, but first, before I answer that question, let me show you what I do procedurally in terms of keeping my own receipts, because that's the other question that comes up, is people want to know, what do I do? I have all these, where do I put them? And here's what I do. I look at it like this. Basically what happens is when I book a receipt in QuickBooks, if it's a credit card, then of course I'm entering the credit card charges. It's there. In fact, I'm downloading them from the banking, so I don't really have to enter anything into QuickBooks. But if it's a receipt for something I paid cash for, then I've created a bank account on QuickBooks called Petty Cash, and I just write checks out of that account. It just keeps it simple and makes it easy, and the name Petty Cash is pretty clear in terms of describing what that really represents. It's obviously not a real bank account. So I record them out of there. Now the question is, later on in 6 months or a year, when the IRS agent comes and says, all right, I see this expense for office supplies on your books and I want to know if it's really for office supplies, where's the receipt? Then I can answer him very simply, tell me the date of that receipt. And the auditor might say, well, it was a receipt from December of 2011. And I say, great, give me 2 seconds, I'll get the envelope for you. And I go fumbling through my files, and I pull out my envelope, which I haven't even labeled yet for this month because I haven't put any receipts in it yet because of what I'm about to explain that I now am starting to do with my receipts. But I have an envelope like this that says receipts. I always like to say that receipts because the word is, it's got the P, the silent P. Anyway, receipts December 2011, and all the receipts that have a date of December anytime in December 2011, they're in this envelope. And then I file the envelopes in a file folder, a manila folder that says receipts. So at the end of a year, I have 12 of those envelopes, which makes it very easy to retrieve the information, which is what it's all about. I posted a series of videos on getting organized, and you probably, if you've watched them, if not, go watch them. You can go on youtube.com/nerdenterprises and go search for getting organized. You'll see the series of videos, and one of the ones I did, actually in just about all the ones I did, one of the points that I stressed was that it's all about information retrieval. If I want to get organized, then the whole point of it is that later on, when I have no independent recollection of where something is, I know that I've got a system in place that makes it easy for me to go figure it out, so I don't have to remember. So a system like this has worked great for me, because if you want to check a receipt of mine, all you have to do is tell me the date that's in QuickBooks of the receipt, and I know exactly where to go. I just go, first of all, I go to the year, because like I said, it's within each year. I go to the year that you're asking me for, and then I find that folder, that manila folder that's got the 12 envelopes for receipts for that year. And then I ask you what month was it in, and if you say, well, it was in June, then I pull out the June envelope, and then I pull it out and say, okay, give me the name of the place, the date, and the amount. And then I can flip through the receipts. It might take a few minutes to find it because some of them have a lot of receipts that I spent money on lots of things. But you get the point. I can retrieve it pretty quickly. I'm not sitting there with a shoebox filled with receipts that tells me nothing about where to go to find a particular one. And that can be a mess, and that can be stressful. And that's the whole point of all this, is that that's my biggest product that I sell at Nerd Enterprises is peace of mind. I get rid of your stress because I can help you put systems like this together that enable you to retrieve information quickly. When you can retrieve information quickly, then you feel like you're bulletproof, you feel strong, you feel powerful, you feel unstoppable, because you look that IRS agent in the eye and you say, bring it on! I've got my receipts. Tell me the date, tell me the month, tell me the amount, tell me the store, and I've got it for you. And I mentioned a shoebox, which is interesting because, of course, I sort of planned it this way. But I was approached at the end of this year by somebody from a website called shoeboxed.com. And he said to me in his email, he said, and I almost disregarded the email because I thought it was spam, hate spam. But luckily, I'm glad I got past that barrier and paid a little more attention to what this guy was saying to me, because the email said, I represent a company called shoeboxed.com, and we believe that you would make a perfect affiliate for us. So what does that mean? It's an affiliate. It means that I have a relationship with this company now. And mind you, I want to stress, the only reason I decided to form this relationship is because I really do believe in their product. That's important. I would never try and sell you on something that I did not believe in, and for that matter, use myself. So I do believe in this product, but what he approached me with was their website, which is a service in which you can actually take your receipts and you can stuff them in an envelope. You don't even have to worry about organizing them. Just stuff them in there. You can also stuff business cards, and I'm looking around to see if I have one of their envelopes here, but I have another video which I'll edit into this one to show you. Shoebox.com. Very simple. You stuff all of your receipts in an envelope like this. You seal it, mail it in, and they get back to you with a file. But you stuff it in an envelope, and then you send it off to them. And then what happens is what I'm going to show you in the screencast portion of this video coming up in just a second, which is that you can actually get reporting back from them. And they'll even categorize it for you. And for the ones that they can't categorize because they just don't necessarily know what every store is, when you go to the little mom and pop shop down the street and give them a receipt from there, they don't know what they sell. So they just don't categorize those, but you can go on their website and categorize them. But here's the thing. You'll see it right on the homepage of their website that, in fact, the IRS does accept their scans as acceptable receipts for the purposes of an audit. Don't take my word for it. Click on the link that I'll post wherever this video is posted. It is an affiliate link, so please use that link. Why? Because if you decide after clicking on the link and going over to their website that you think this service is right for you, then I will get credit for having sent you there, and they will pay me a small commission by way of saying thank you to me for letting you know about their service. That's what an affiliate program is. So you see, this video that I'm recording right now is bundled with lots of great information, free information. Now you know what to do with your receipts, you know what an affiliate program is, and you have a potential solution that may just work for you in terms of getting rid of those goddamn receipts that you have sitting everywhere stuffed in a shoebox, and you'd have no way of knowing where to go to find a particular one. Now you get it organized. And what I'm going to do next, after I show you their website and how you can get acquainted with them, is I'm going to do a test. I'm going to test an import that they provide into QuickBooks to see how clean it comes in and to see if that's an option. I know it's an option that's available. They do provide you with a QuickBooks import format, but I haven't tested it yet to see if it comes in clean and if it's something that can really save you time. But that's what I'm going to do for you, because that's what I do for you. I go out there and I find these solutions for you to make your life easier. So please click on the link, shoebox.com, and write me back. Email me. Tell me after you've been to their site. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. I would love to actually hear from someone for once. I'm sort of kidding. I hear from people a lot. But I would love to hear from you about what you think about shoebox.com, and I would especially love to hear if you have concerns, what those concerns are, because it may just be that you didn't find the answer to those concerns in 2 minutes or less on their website, and I might be able to help you with that, because like I said, I have a relationship with somebody at this company, so I can get questions answered very quickly and easily, maybe faster than you can. So email me, Seth@nerdenterprises.com, and don't go away, stay tuned, because the next segment of this video is going to show you the screencast of how their website works, and then the next segment after that is going to be on the QuickBooks import. Either that or it's going to be a brief statement from me back on a live action video saying I tested it and I didn't like it, because I was honest with them and I told them that this is exactly what I was going to do. So anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Over and out.